To 1993 and on the road again. Here are Auckland in Levin against Horowhenua and a new star for the Shield holders.
Stensness celebrates his performance for Auckland today by getting a quartet of tries. That's 4.
Auckland 80, Horowhenua 17 to Westport 3 days later and the Buller Challenge.
But the pressure kept coming from Auckland, vastly improved in the second half from their dismal showing in the first 40 minutes. Tuigamala with McCahill coming outside for the try. Now from the scrum at halfway, look for new winger Paul Surridge, the New Zealand University's player from last year. He sees that Tuigamala has fallen over on the soft surface, and he does it all on his own, Paul Surridge.
It was 48-3, back to Eden Park for defence number 59 against Hawke's Bay.
Now it's there for Hewitt. Fox, Satutu, calling in Kerwin. Whips a lovely pass to Stensness.
Auckland win by 69-31, a crazy rugby score. But Hawke's Bay scored the try of the day. Watch this.
Quickly thrown by Hewitt. Away for Dustin Watts, who does well. Now lays it back for Webber, back for Kerr. Hawke's Bay running it out from near their own line. Away goes George Connier. Slips a couple of tackles. Hawke's Bay having a good run here. Now it's up for Ramona Graham. Has he got the pace? Now Big Will Hewitt. Where are they? George Connier. Oh, this is a fantastic try.
But if you like tries and admire John Kerwin, the next challenge is for you against North Otago at Oamaru. First, the home team's golden moment.
Slipping through. North Otago going to score first. They do. What a sensational start.
But it was to be Auckland's record-breaking day, particularly John Kerwin.
Everything just clicked on the day. I mean, I was just going for it. I didn't care. I just went for it. And I actually said to myself, I'd like to score 6 tries. And then obviously a few more came my way. And that's I mean, that'll be special for me, I guess, in a few years' time when I've chucked the game in and looking back on it. But yeah, special day. I mean, people say, oh, but it was only them. But as far as I'm concerned, guys still tackle, and they were keen and they were still tackling, and I just had a good day. So yeah, that's a special day for me.
The game we love, baby. The game we love, 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 love. The game we love, baby. The game we love, 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 love. The game we love.
8 tries for John Kerwin, a Ranfurly Shield record. 23 tries by the Auckland team in this game, a Ranfurly Shield record. And a score at the end of the day that had never been seen before in all of New Zealand first-class rugby, 139-5. Then it was back to Eden Park for the 61st time Auckland had defended the Ranfurly Shield in this record time under Seige. The challengers were Wellington, September the 11th, 1993. 8 years and 2 days since they'd won it. For Auckland, this was to be the last hurrah, a 51-14 thrashing of Wellington.
10 metres short. Exhausting stuff from Auckland. Some thumping tackles going on. Now Fox, Satutu, Clark. They must score, surely. Inger's in.
And that was it. 61 wins defending the Ranfurly Shield. A glorious run. But defeat was on its way. Waikato were next.
A lot of people thought that Wellington were going to take the Shield. And we played very well that day and won by 50-odd points, I think. And we thought we had the same build-up for the Waikato game.
We always feared Waikato. We knew that they were a team that were very capable of performing well, particularly in the tight 5. They were possibly, or probably, one of the few teams that could compete with us.
You know, Auckland was going through a phase of changing its players around, and I think Waikato had worked us out.
We went in, I thought, prepared, but we were very disappointed the way we played. And it wasn't so much losing the Shield, it was the standard of rugby we performed on the day, which was a disappointment.
When we took the Shield, both teams played well and we had a great game of football. When Waikato took the Shield, Auckland was below its best. It was a great challenge for them. They came up here with high expectations. They'd beaten us the previous year for the National Championship in the semi-final, so they knew that they could beat us. And you know, I think they showed on that day that they were capable and worthy champions of the Ranfurly Shield.
credit to Waikato, they didn't actually let us play very well. And that was it, the end of an era.
In a programme celebrating a record of 8 years with the Ranfurly Shield, it would be churlish to dwell on the day the Shield was lost by Auckland. For the record, Waikato scored the only try of the game.
I think it was chest high, just clean ball out. Pressure time for Auckland. 12 metres out from the line.
The Waikato fans knew their moment had arrived. Waikato took the Shield by 17 points to 6, and the key people in Auckland rugby reflected on 8 years under Seige.
So hopefully it's going to be remembered well, and for the quality of play and the quality and performance of those individual players.
I think probably it ranks as one of the great tenures, sporting tenures on an international basis, almost America's Cup type stature in rugby terms.
They were young together, they grew up together, and they had a great camaraderie and spirit. And so all those combinations of things made it a great side.
Perfecting moves, perfecting an approach to the game, perfecting the continuity game that people talk about so much now. And that enabled the team to lift the Shield and then to play marvellous rugby in defending the Shield.
I think it showed how a rugby can be played, and both on and off the field. I think the Auckland Union did some special things in terms of growing the game and really setting the standards for New Zealand rugby. The challenge for rugby is to sustain the standards.
And here's how Auckland's record looked for the 1993 season. 61 successful defences in all, way better than the previous record of 25 set by Canterbury.
I think the realisation that the Shield had finally gone didn't really sink in until a week later against King Country, when there wasn't many people at the park, there wasn't a lot of atmosphere. But most importantly for us is we used to put the Shield at the door, and as we ran out, the guys either looked at it or touched it, and that was basically a ritual. And for the first time in 8 years and 61, 62 games when we finally lost it, it wasn't there. Like something was, you know, as we ran out, there's something wrong, something's wrong here, this is not right. And I think that's when it really sunk in, that what had been a way of life for us was no longer part of our lives.
Some games everything used to click, you know, and we used to just wipe out teams, and that was great to be among, you know. I mean, to be part of that and also part of an All Black scene, which was just very complete feeling as far as a rugby player was concerned. I think Foxy went for 3 or 4 years where he never lost a match or something like that. I mean, that's a special time, very special time. And I think, you know, that's all it was. It was a very, very special time.
It's a wonderful log of wood, and as I said, it's been a huge part of my rugby career, and a part of that I'll never forget. But I think it is a trophy for the people. It's a trophy to be enjoyed. It shouldn't be sitting in a cabinet collecting dust. It should be out there and amongst the people, and that's where I think it belongs, and that's what's happening to it at the moment, which is great.
It started long ago in the Garden of Eden, when Adam said to Eve, baby, you're for me. So come on, baby, let's start today. Come on, baby, let's play the game we love, 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 love.